Welcome students. We are again with you with our second video of 12th standard chapter 1, that is graphs and economics. In the previous video, we have seen basic meaning of graph and diagram, difference between graph and diagram, importance of graphs and diagrams in economics, and our last question was aspects to be considered while drawing a diagram. Now, today we are going to discuss about types of diagram, then in that case an explanation of bar diagram, its aspects, its time, and how to draw a bar diagram. This one will be the target of our today's lecture. So now, as you can see on the board that there are 6 types of diagram. Number 1, that is pictogram. Number 2, scatter diagram. Number 3, line diagram. Number 4, circle diagram. Number 5, bar diagram. And number 6, that is the last but not the least, pie diagram. Now, as far as the syllabus of 12th standard is concerned, in our course, mainly the focus is given on bar diagram and pie diagram. And in a very short, an explanation is given for line diagram. So pictogram, scatter diagram and circle diagram are not the part of our 12th standard syllabus. In 12th standard, we are going to see the concept of bar diagram and pie diagram in detail, and only a single question is there for line diagram. Now, this pictogram or a scatter diagram or a circle diagram, these are not the part of a syllabus. Only for your knowledge, if in examination it is asked that state the types of diagram, then you need to write there are 6 types of diagram: pictogram, scatter diagram, line diagram, circle diagram, pie diagram and bar diagram. So let us start with the study of bar diagram. We'll complete the bar diagram first, then we'll start with the pie diagram, and at last a simple question of line diagram we'll see. Only one question is given in your textbook. And when it comes to bar diagram, we have to study 3 types of bar diagram. So before moving to its types or how we are going to represent it, how we are going to draw it, because in board examination, this graph contains a weightage of 5 marks. Means in economics, in section E, 5 mark of graph. A simple and an easy question that can give you 5 marks. But not only drawing, but along with presenting the information with the help of a graph, then you need to write analysis of it. You need to describe the graph, at least in 5 sentences. So today we are going to see that also, that how you are going to describe or how you are going to analyze the graph. So friends, see, we have seen the types. Now, bar diagram and aspects. You all might have seen the figure of bar diagram, because it was there in the earlier standards also. It was in 11th standard also. Even it was in mathematics also. A simple bar diagram, when I say bar, means a clear image must be constructed in your mind that there is y-axis, there is x-axis, and bars are placed on x-axis presenting the different value. This one can be the absolute image created in your mind when someone says I am talking about a bar diagram. But a general description and a finite meaning. Both are different. So today we are going to see the finite meaning of bar diagram. Okay. A bar diagram shows a distribution of the value. Now the same definition we are going to see in case of other types of bar diagram, but only a word we need to change. And what word is to be replaced or where it is to be added, that I'll let you know afterwards. Now, a bar diagram shows distribution of value of a variable in various components. Now, in pie diagram, it is a division. In bar diagram, the components are bars. So once again, a bar diagram shows distribution of the value, whatever value is given. Distribution of value of a variable in various components. Now, when I am talking about only a bar diagram, so it can be defined in this way, that a bar diagram shows the distribution of a value of a variable in various components. But when I say I am talking about simple bar diagram, the simple bar diagram represents or simple bar diagram presents value of one variable. Value of a variable की जगह पे क्या लिखेंगे? Value of one variable, because it's a simple bar diagram. Value of one variable over a base. Over a base means that you are going to take on x-axis. Let it be a region, let it be a years, let it be a name of the nation or name of the state. It can be a month, it can be a week, it can be a name of the subjects. Whatever you are going to take on x-axis. So now, when I am talking about only bar diagram, keep this definition in your mind, because by changing a single word or replacing that word, you will be able to write the definitions of these three. That is, the types of bar diagram. Number 1 is simple bar diagram. Number 2, clustered bar diagram. And number 3, that is divided bar diagram. Now, in your textbook, the question of the aspects is given after the presentation of these 3 types of bar diagram. But why we have taken it before these 3 questions? The reason is, as we are going to present the information with the help of simple bar diagram or clustered bar diagram or divided bar diagram, we must be knowing that how to draw a bar diagram. So aspects we are going to study beforehand. That means before we'll move towards this presentation of information with different types of bar diagram, first of all we'll undertake the study of its aspects. So let me start. A bar diagram shows a distribution of the value of a variable in various components, and the very first aspects to be considered while drawing a bar diagram is equal width. Means when I am presenting the data with the help of bar diagram, the bars must be of equal width. The broadness of each bar must be equal. It must be same. Because the width of the bar has no relation with the component value. The width of the bar has no relation with the component value. The width of the bar must be same. I mean, suppose you have presented the data for bi-monthly cell, that is January, February, March, April, May, June, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. You have presented the bi-monthly cell of 12 months. So that you are going to present on x-axis. On x-axis, whatever graphs are raised on that line, the width must be same. So when we'll draw a bar diagram, we'll keep it in mind that width of the bar must be same. Then number 2, length represents the value, which means as we have cleared that the width of the bar does not represent the value, but the length of the bar does so. You might have seen in bar diagram, the bars have different heights. I mean, the bars are drawn in accordance with the given value. Lower the value, lower will be the height of the bar. Higher the value, more will be the height of that bar. So, number 2 is length represents the value. Length represents the value. Number 3, equal distance. Between two bars, there must be equal distance. Means when you are presenting the data with the help of bars, between two bars, even from the starting line to the first bar, or between first and the second bar, or second and the third bar, or third and the fourth bar, there must be a equal distance. There must be a same distance. Number 4, on the same line, that is, all the bars must be on same line. We can't represent like one bar on x-axis and one bar on y-axis, no. In this way, two bars will intersect each other. And that is not the property of a bar diagram. And mostly we have seen that in bar diagram, bars are drawn on x-axis. But you all are making the use of technology nowadays. You might be having a laptop or a computer or even nowadays a smartphone. So when you open an Excel sheet, the bars are given. I mean, when you open that bar, you click on that bar button, different types of bars are given. Nowadays, with the help of that computer or technology, people represents bar on y-axis also. So, bars on y-axis also and the values on x-axis. But in our syllabus, in our video lectures, we'll draw the bars on x-axis only. So, let me clear here that when I have written on the same line, I mean that on x-axis, that is on x-axis. Now, left to right. Left to right means when you draw a bar diagram from your side, look at the board. If this is the y-axis and this one is the x-axis, then the bars must be from left to right. That is, it must start from the origin point. It must start from the origin point. You cannot draw the bars from right to left. It must be from left to right. So, let us revise it. Number 1, equal width. Number 2, length represents the value. Number 3, equal distance. Number 4, on the same line. Number 5, left to right. These 5 points we need to keep in mind when we are presenting the data with the help of bar diagram. Now, 3 types of bar diagrams are there. Number 1, simple bar diagram. Number 2, clustered bar diagram. And number 3, divided bar diagram. Now, the very first one that we are going to study today is simple bar diagram. And the meaning of simple bar diagram is written on the board, that simple bar diagram represents, we'll start from here, simple bar diagram represents value of one variable. Here we are going to present value of one variable, like marks of a student in 6 subjects. So we are talking about only one student, or marks of 6 students in one subject. So again, we are talking about one subject. Sale of a particular types of chocolates during a year. So we are talking about sale of that one particular type of chocolate. So here the value of one variable. This is to be keep in mind that value of one variable over a base. I mean the things we are going to present on x-axis. It may be a various region or years, or as I have said, subject. So now let us represent an information given data with the help of a bar diagram. Now in our textbook on page number 5, the example is given bi-monthly sale of chocolate boxes in a shop, and the data is given. मैं डेटा यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, months and sell. Because if you people can remember or try to recollect your memory, in our last video we have seen that whenever you are presenting the data with the help of a graph or a diagram, its source must be there. So if possible, you can stop the video here and take a graph paper, be ready with the pencil and scale, try to draw the graph along with the video. Now, you can see after the table the word is written hypothetical example. Now, hypothetical example means it is not a survey, it's not a data collected from any sources, it's not a data of any government agency, or it is not the data which is collected from the websites of either finance ministry or World Bank. No. This is a hypothetical data. This is an imaginary data. In your words, we can say this is an imaginary data. Only we have assumed. So, this data is given for sale of chocolates. So, first of all, as we all know, y-axis and then x-axis, now origin point, that is 0. As it was cleared before that whenever we draw any diagram or graph, after the completion of that particular diagram, you need to draw a box for a good presentation. But if you have a graph paper, then no need to do this. If you have a graph paper, no need to do this. So, on x-axis, let us take months. On y-axis, let me write sale of chocolates. and the sale of chocolates is given in units. Sale of chocolates is given in units. Now, there must be a suitable title. That whatever you are going to present, you need to give a name to that diagram or a graph. So, let me write here a simple bar diagram showing sale of chocolates. This one is the title of the graph, and title must be given a simple bar diagram showing sale of chocolates. Now, the minimum sale is 30 units and the maximum sale is 65 units. So we can start with the 20, we can start with the 30 itself, then 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 and 65. At last we can do that. Or let us start from the 25. $25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 and 65. Now, as we know, between 0 to 25 and between 25 to 30, the difference, the interval is not same. So, a two parallel line I have drawn on y-axis. Then, on x-axis we are going to present the month. First is January to February, and the cell is 35 units. So, January to February, and the cell is for 35 units. Let me write 35 here. And now, for a good presentation, I'll mark the bar with a different color chalk. You can do the same with the help of a pencil and scale. So this one became the cell of January, February. Now see, the width does not represent the value as we have seen in case of aspects. Point number first, equal width. All bars we are going to draw with the equal width. It does not represent the value, but number two, length represents the value. So this length of the bar represents that sale of chocolates during the month of January and February is 35 units. Now, March to April, the sale of the chocolate is 60. On graph paper, when you are making when you are drawing the graph with the help of a pencil and scale, your lines must be drawn perfectly, whether you draw the horizontal line or the vertical line. So, this is the sale of chocolate during the month of March and April, and that is 60. Again, then during the month of May and June, the sale of the chocolate is 65. 65. Let me record 65 here. And again the same. This one was for May and June. Then for July and August, it is 40. For July and August, it is 40. For July and August, the sale of the chocolate is 40. Then, for the month of September and October, the sale of chocolate is 50. So it is for the month of September and October. The sale of the chocolate is 50. And at last, for the month of November and December, the sale of the chocolate is 30. The sale of the chocolate is 30. So let me write November to December here, and the sale is 30 units, and again the presentation. Now, what is missing in the bar diagram? Title we have given, x-axis we have written, y-axis, what is to be presented on x, what is to be presented on y we did. We have presented the bars with the equal width. The distance between two bars is same. The missing is its scale. Scale is required to present. So let me note down scale here. What have we taken on x-axis? So x equals to months. On x-axis we have taken month. And on y-axis, now in your graph paper, when you are presenting the values like 25, 30, 35, 40, the distance between these two is 1 centimeter. So I can write y equals to 1 centimeter equals to, now how many units of chocolate we have presented? 25 to 30, 30 to 45, that is 5 units. So 1 centimeter equals to 5 units. Now, the last part of the bar diagram or any type of bar diagram or any type of diagram is its analysis. Okay. Very first point will be same for all types of analysis, and that one will be in the above bar diagram or in the above diagram we have presented months and sale of chocolates on x and y axis respectively. ये आपका first line in all kind of analysis must be same except pie diagram, because pie diagram में x and y axis नहीं होते. So in all other kinds of bar diagram, that is a simple or a clustered or a divided, your very first analysis point would be that here or in the above diagram or in the given diagram, months and sale of chocolates have been presented on x and y axis respectively. So first point is clear. Let me start with the first one itself, that the sale of chocolates during the month of January and February was 35 units. Now see, in analysis, you need to compare. There must be a comparison. So here we can see that during the month of May and June, the sale of chocolates was highest. That is 65 units. 3 points over. Point number 4. For the minimum sale, so we can write during the months of November and December, the sale of the chocolates was 30 units. That is a minimum, 30 units. Maximum was in case of May and June. Now, your last point, that you can write a conclusion even, that here the sale of chocolates is not stable in any of the month. Or you can write a comparison like this, that till May and June, I mean the sale starts from January, February, March, April, May and June, it is continuously increases. That is from 35 to 60, 60 to 65. Comparison can be done in any way. At least you need to write 5 points. Is it clear? So in our next video, we'll be talking about cluster bar diagram, divided bar diagram, and yes, pie diagram. So thank you.